Today we're going to be doing a project with 3-piece crown. Looks a lot easier than you think. If you've ever tried it before, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of variables that go into it. So much more difficult than regular 2-piece crown or regular single crown. I think you're going to find out what I'm talking about here. We accomplished our mission, but it was really hard to explain exactly the difficultness of the project, and I touch on that, and we're going to be doing another video on it and dissect it completely. But this video will give you a good idea what we're up against, and we were really happy with the product when we were done. So I hope you enjoy this video. Like and subscribe too, please. You know how that works. Thanks a lot. All right, the first thing we're gonna wanna do is figure out what our pattern's gonna look like. And I'll give you an idea what that's gonna look like right here. There's 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. This is a piece of base molding, this is a piece of crown molding, and this is a piece of base molding. So if you hold on a second, I'm going to glue them all together, and then I'll show you how we're going to put this job together. All right, I'm gonna let that one dry, and we'll move on to the next one. All right, we're gonna let these dry, and then in a few minutes I'm gonna put them up on the ceiling, and I'm gonna show you why something like this is very important. 3-piece crown looks really easy, but I gotta tell you, it's a lot trickier than you may think. All right, you can shut it. All right, turn it on.
It's on.
All right, so we have all our templates made. We've got our crown template. We've got the triple crown template made. And we have our base template made. And what that means is that we're hoping that that's a 22 or a 45-degree angle and a 22.5-degree cut. So we're going to use these as templates to make sure that all our cuts will be as tight as possible. Let's show you how that works. You're just going to follow me in the house. And that's a good sign right there. I don't know if you can zoom in on that, you can see how tight that miter is. So that shows it's a very good 45-degree angle. So I'm just gonna pin nail these in place. All this preparation makes it easy down the road. you can't just start installing this stuff. That's not how it works. So what we're going to do is we're going to prep this corner, and then after that we can move along hoping that they all work like this corner, but I don't guarantee that. So now what we're going to do, if you want to get a little closer, now what we're going to do, we're going to see where the crown meets. So now why is this important? Now if you look, I'm going to tack these in. If you look, of course, this seam and that seam match. Now what's really important is that the next piece of base seam matches. Easier said than done, and I'm going to show you how we accomplish that. Okay, so took these pieces off, and we are going to put them back into place where they want to go. Right there. Now obviously this piece of base is missing, but that's okay. So we're going to just pencil line on the ceiling, and I'll show you what we're going to do next. So level. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a line from both of those points. And that's where now we have a measurement where our base is going to be cut. And then because these two pieces of crown are still going to fit, these two pieces of crown are still going to fit right there once they're done, and they're just going to be lower, so the position of the crown won't change, the fact that it's just being lowered. So once we put that base on, we're going to be right there, and it'll make more sense once we get the base up there. Now we're going to do the same thing to that corner, that corner, that corner, that corner, all the way around. Just to recap, what we're doing here is that we went around the whole room and we did exactly what I'm going to do now. Now that's going to show us where our base is going to be cut. And that's what's really important, is because we want to make sure that all three seams, 1, 2, 3, fall out with each other. Again, easier said than done. All right, let's get some base cut. Okay, in that last clip, I showed you the angles and what we're up against here. Give you another idea. As you can see, it's shrinking. This one's really pretty bad. Basically, what you're seeing there is this soffit is going in and out. So you're dealing with that at the same time. But let me just skip to what's the most important. What's the most important is that these lines match up. This line and that line matches up. So what we come up with, and I gotta tell you, every time you do this, it's different. What we come up with is we just put this piece in. We're gonna put this piece in now, and we're gonna bring it down past that point, and it's gonna go past this seam on that side. Let me go down there. And we're just about ready to do that, and I'll show you how that's gonna work. All right, this is a perfect example of how we're doing this. If you notice, that line right there continues up to where we know the base is going to be. And that's perfect, but it doesn't work that easy. So now what Chris is gonna do is he's going to cut us a piece with a matching angle that we found on that side. And I'll show you how we figure what that angle is. Okay, Chris made the cut for that side, and we're gonna make sure he's good before we do anything.
Wow. That 20 and a half's not going right. Yeah, I gotta redo it.
Okay. Because you hold on this side, this piece is not gonna work. Because by the time you change it, it could be close. Why don't you go change it? You're gonna need a mark down there. How far are we moving it over? Okay. Okay, so check Chris's side. Are you good?
Yep.
And I'm right on my line. And what we want is to make sure that these two seams match. If that's the case, we're good. Okay, this is what we come up with.
24 and a half right here. So that means that this is probably 25.
I know what you're thinking. You'd like to use carpentry to do this type of stuff. You basically just grab an angle finder and go. But let me give you an idea what we found that works the best. Oh, this one's gonna work too.
20?
Whatever it was. Okay, so started adding the crown. Just a couple things I want to show you about this. One more time, I want to stress upon that if you follow that reveal around, you can see it changing. It gives you an idea of what we are up against in this job. Now, unfortunately, this video is not a perfect example of what it takes to hang three-piece crown. So I'm going to be making another video. We're going to call it part 2. So make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on that video, or simply go to my channel and see if you can find it, because obviously this video will be, it could be an old video by the time you see it. Who knows? I could be like dead and gone by then. Anyway, so let me show you what we got going on right now. So I'm starting to install the crown, but I can't stress enough, and I gotta tell you, there's no other videos on YouTube that show you. There's 2 other videos that I found that do three-piece crown. But what is the whole point of three-piece crown is that you want this seam, and that seam to match. if they're off just a slight, customer might not pick it up, but they might, and that's what we don't want. We want perfection, and I gotta tell you, this job was extremely difficult to accomplish what we were trying to accomplish. And I will show you the end result when I get the rest of the crown installed. Okay, so this project's done, the crown's all installed, and I'll give you a closer look. And we're adding some other crown down here. She just added it to the project. Like I say, we're gonna do another video on three-piece crowns so you have a better idea. Take my word for it. It's not as it appears. It's extremely difficult to make the seams match. If you look at, this is what I'm talking about right here. You want all three of those seams perfectly in line. Easier said than done. Love them, gotta love them creaky ladders.
Yep.
Brand new too. Listen to that thing. Are you kidding? We'll do a little product sponsor here. It is a gorilla. Listen to that thing. Yeah, that is special. All right, till next time. We'll see you later.